I have waited 7 months for this camera and finally it arrived. It's been 3 weeks since the camera arrived onto my desktop, as you saw in the video before, and I had a lot of situations where I could test it and accommodate with the camera itself. Here are 6 things that I actually adore about this beast of camera. Spoilers up front, I think I have been taken over by some kind of black magic. By the way, this is not a sponsored video, otherwise I would have gotten the camera earlier. Much earlier. After trying to fiddle around with my now, in terms of filmmaking, old Alpha 6000, which is by far not a great camera to shoot anything in low light with, the BMPC 4K, or as we from now on call it, Pocket 4K, because that's much shorter, is truly a low light monster. It has dual ISO, which actually means that instead of having one ISO setting where normal cameras have ISO settings around, I don't know, 1600, and then everything else gets worse, the Pocket 4K has 2 ISO settings, native ISO settings in this case, one at 400 and one at 3200, which actually gives the Pocket 4K a much cleaner image than normal cameras do. So all hail the new low-light king. Image quality, oh boy. The Pocket 4K did not only live up to my expectation, it smacked them around my face multiple times when I got the camera. The footage you can get from the camera is very clean, the colors are very beautiful and precise, and you can match the footage that you get from the camera with an Ursa Mini Pro in a studio setup without any problems very easily. You can shoot 4K 60 frames per second in DCI. Yes, I know many competitors do have the same specs in their cameras as well, but there is one small difference. They normally only offer 8-bit and the Pocket 4K offers 12-bit. And then we shouldn't forget about the 13 stops of dynamic range, which can be upped by another stop if you put a speed booster onto your camera, such as I do. So I have now 14 stops of dynamic range, and this speed booster also does the interesting thing of making my f1.8 lens into a f1.2 lens. I'm convinced that the camera quality that comes out of the Pocket 4K is an absolute winner, and it will be a really great success for Blackmagic and as well for the indie filmmakers or filmmakers that are getting the camera and using it for their projects. I love watching around YouTube and Vimeo, if it is still available by the time that this video is released, and seen a lot of beautifully looking short films and clips that have been made by indie filmmakers all around the world. It's incredible.
But I can't get you off my mind.
Connections. Thank you, almighty god of the electronic klimblim, for giving the people over there in Australia the fits and needs and the wisdom to actually make such an incredible indie filmmaking camera with all the accessories that you have put into the camera itself. A microphone and a headphone jack. Full size HDMI. Full size. A 12-volt power input, an XLR input for microphones and phantom-powered devices, such as the marvelous audio solution from Rode called NTJ. You can also record onto 3 different kinds of storages, such as SD cards with up to 95 megabytes of read and write speed. CFast cards if you have some line spare around your room, like most of us filmmakers have. And there is the one thing that actually won me over to the camera, the USB-C recording. Holy shit, USB-C recording in a filmmaking camera. You can not only use the USB-C recording to record onto SSDs actually, which gives you a reliable and cheap alternative to CFast cards. No, you can also upgrade the firmware through it, and you can charge the camera through the USB port. The camera can also be controlled via Bluetooth and an app that is $5 in the App Store. This is outstanding and perfect for situations like I have, recording desktop situations all by myself without having assistance. If you have situations where you cannot stand by the camera or want to film yourself outside, so you just set up the camera, press record or change the settings on the app itself, as I'm doing right now, and then having a perfect and flawless workflow with the camera and the app. After coming from the Alpha 6000, which does not have a microphone input jack, and you have to rely, if you want to vlog with it, on the internal microphones that the camera has, and simultaneously praying that there is no wind or any noise in general, which is normally not the case. Or if you are like me and building yourself a masterfully crafted, very easy to transport, completely practical audio solution for all your vlogging and traveling needs. Don't click on it. Then the Pocket 4K has changed the game once again. Because the internal sound of the 2 microphones that are in there are phenomenal for a camera. You don't have to actually use a microphone to record great audio on it. You can just take the camera outside and vlog with it. It is wind resistant, so you're not hearing as much wind as on other cameras. It also has great built-in preamps. Pre as we audio engineers call it. And you can assign a lot of different microphones and stuff to the camera and to different channels, and you can change the left and the right channels and much more. You can record multiple inputs at once if you mix it. Everything feels very well planned, which brings us actually to the next point. The menu structure and button layout on the camera. A 5-inch touchscreen that not only doubles as a bright and beautiful monitor when recording your footage or watching it in playback mode, but also as a doorstep to the really well thought out menu structure of Blackmagic cameras in general. Everything is literally, drumroll, one touch away. Even as a first-time user of a Blackmagic product, I instantly found everything that I needed to find, and I actually understood the menu layout in it. Coming from a Sony camera, I can tell you that you need a lot of passion and patience for menus and structures. If you are into such things, then a Sony camera is the perfect thing for you. If you have zero idea what you are doing and what you are looking for, then the Sony menu is... Most of the camera menus, Canon, Sony, Fujifilm and so on, are actually only photo camera menus, and that shows. And Blackmagic is one of the only, and I think it is the only, camera firm, in this case filmmaking firm, that makes menus that are easy and understandable. That's cliche, but it's fun to go through the menus. If you are still craving for the old photo camera button layout, then Blackmagic has got you covered as well. Of course, there's a small scroll wheel on the front of the camera, which is also pushable pushable. I don't know. Is it called pushable? I guess so. As well as 3 regular buttons on top, the 1 ISO, 1 white balance and 1 shutter button. And then they included 3 different function buttons which can be fully customized by you. I myself put focus peaking on function 1, false colors on function 2 and the pre-recorded Rec 709 LUT onto the 3rd function button. And then there are also some function buttons on the backside of the camera, zoom and stuff. And there's also one really great button, the high frame rate button. You predetermine your frame rate, so you shoot in 25 normally and as off-speed frame rate in 60. You click on the button, so you record something outside. There's birds are flying around. Child is falling onto their face or something, I don't know. And you click the high frame rate button and instantly can record in 60 frames per second. And that's awesome. I haven't seen anyone doing that, and I don't know why they're not doing that, because this is perfect. Normally in Sony cameras you take this and then you go, okay, now I want to shoot in slow motion. I get to the menu, I do this and down 3, change the settings 50 frames. Okay, I have to change the shutter as well. Get back and okay, now I'm in slow motion. With the Pocket 4K, it's like, okay, I want to shoot slow motion. I push a button. Everything changes to the predetermined settings. So good. Bro, the name alone strikes fear into the heart of your competitors, because picture this: raw movie files with a very small file size that are fully customizable after shooting in, well, in this case, Resolve. I am able to record up to 12 hours of raw footage onto my SSD with Blackmagic RAW in 12:1. I don't know how much else I should say about that, because this now would have very normally image quality that comes out of RAW, and the ways that you can change it afterwards is, for a filmmaker like me, this is unbelievable. Oh shit, I forgot to set the red white balance up. That's okay. I'll just change it afterwards in Resolve. Or I don't like the way this was shot. I want it to be a bit warmer. Click, that's it. It works. Oh, the ISO settings could have been a bit improved. Click, that's it. It works. It just works. It's fantastic. Bro, you did it, bro. I was waiting 7 months for this camera, and the waiting time was long, but the end product that I got is so fantastic that I am actually forgetting that I have waited so long for this camera. It is perfect for indie filmmakers. It is perfect for me because it is easy, it is transportable. Oh, the camera itself is lightweight, and if you are interested in it, get a full package for filmmaking for $1,300, or in my case, 1,350 euros or something. And you get Resolve with it, the studio version, which is $350, I guess, or $300. So you get the camera itself for $1,000. Then you put a cage on it for $90 from SmallRig, and you have the perfect camera. So what else do you want? I enjoy the camera. It is one of the best things that I bought myself ever, I guess, and this will be my go-to camera from now on for everything. We are using it in a studio setup as well. We have 2 cameras in our agency, mine and one of my colleagues, and we have Ursa Mini Pro, so this will be the perfect companions. And I'm looking forward to filming with 3 of the same branded cameras and the 2 pockets myself. So, conclusion, thank you very much for watching this video and hopefully having a fun time with me. This video took quite a long time to make, all the different setups and shoots and stuff, and figuring out how to actually move the camera from here to there, how to shoot this without the second camera, and so on and so forth. But hopefully you liked it. I linked some of the products that I've used down in the description below. If you liked what you saw, you could consider clicking down on this red button in the corner and subscribing to me for even more interesting videos in the future. If you don't like it, then maybe you should double click onto the like button, and if you like it, just click once and make a fist bump with it. Thank you very much for watching. My name was Leech, and we will then see us in the next video, I guess. I would say until then.